Some stories stay buried in the walls of old buildings until someone listens. This is the true and terrifying case of Room 1046, a mystery soaked in blood, silence, and shadows that never left. It was the middle of the Great Depression, January 2nd, 1935, when a man checked into the elegant President Hotel in downtown Kansas City. He gave his name as Roland T. Owen, claimed he was from Los Angeles, and requested an interior room, one that wouldn't let in light from the street. He was tall, with brown hair, and a nervous demeanor. He had no luggage, only a brush, a comb, and toothpaste. Unusual, but not entirely unheard of in those difficult times. Hotel staff noted how odd the man was. He kept the room completely dark, relying only on dim hallway light to see inside. He often left the door locked from the outside, as if he were trying to keep something out or trap something in. On the first day, a maid entered room 1046 to clean. The man was inside, sitting silently in the dark. She noticed a note on the desk that read, "Dawn, I will be back in 15 minutes. Wait, strange." Later, a bellboy delivered towels and heard two men arguing inside the room. One voice was definitely Owen's. The other? Muffled, cold. Over the next 2 days, staff reported more unusual incidents. Roland would answer the door whispering, or not at all. He seemed disoriented. One maid said he looked scared to death. Then came January 4th. Around 7 a.m., a switchboard operator noticed that room 1046's phone had been left off the hook. After multiple failed calls, a bellboy was sent up. He found the door locked from the outside. Inside, Roland was sitting silently, in the dark, again. When asked to hang up the phone, he murmured, "I will," but he didn't. By 10:30 a.m., another employee went to the room and opened it with a master key. What he saw would never leave his mind. The horror of room 1046 was finally revealed. Inside, Roland was barely alive, sprawled across the bed, naked, covered in deep stab wounds. His head was crushed, his lungs punctured, and his neck strangled with cords. There was blood everywhere. The sheets, the bathroom, the walls. It looked like someone had tried to torture a confession out of him. But when police questioned him, Roland barely whispered, "Nobody did this to me. I fell." A lie, clearly. But why? Who was he protecting? He died later that night in the hospital, without ever revealing who Dawn was, or what had happened in that room. The investigation that followed only made the case stranger. The name Roland T. Owen turned out to be fake. No one by that name existed in Los Angeles. In fact, his identity wouldn't be confirmed for over 70 years. He was later discovered to be a man named Artemis Ogletree, just 17 years old, from Birmingham, Alabama. And Dawn, still unknown. Some say he was a lover, others a gangster, or something far worse. There were no fingerprints, no clues, no one ever arrested, only unanswered questions, and a hotel room soaked in dread. Even today, nearly a century later, room 1046 remains one of America's most chilling and unsolved hotel mysteries. Some say the room is cursed. Guests have reported strange whispers at night, lights flickering, a cold presence near the bed. Maybe the truth died with Roland, or maybe Dawn is still out there, watching. If you found this story chilling, subscribe to Midnight Confessions for more true horror cases that still haunt the world. Leave a comment with your theory. And remember, monsters don't always live in forests. Sometimes they book a room